this group, and this is a group where we've seen a lot of volatility. Outside of RNG, who just look like the best by far. Hanwha Life has been very up and down, which I like a trend there. Fnatic, though, they are able to use the knowledge of where PSG was. That play that didn't really work out for either of them, but they found the shove afterwards. They're able to take control of the Dragon Pit, and getting an early Drake, especially after having seen 2 games today that were basically decided by which team stacked, thank you. Yes. 3 dragons first. I think that is already gonna give you a little bit of a better feeling, and Whippo has been super diligent about his counter jungling, and has been used.
I mean, we've seen cannon barrages steal things in that pit before, especially as LCK commentators.
Certainly. There are a lot of ways they could have come in a lot faster there.
Yeah, just didn't quite have enough people in position, and now Kyling's forced to flash, get himself out of the way. Whippo's going to get first blooded, though. Hanabi flashes forward with his flaming sword. Now Maple with an opportunity. He's got his own slicing maelstrom and will clean up Fnatic. Better late than never here for PSG.
You don't need to fight. You got the Herald. You did the thing that you came there to do. You don't have to stay. And this is something that we've seen Fnatic.
The advantage that you were supposed to get from the Rift Herald is non-existent.
I don't like it. I get so excited for Fnatic early games this tournament. I get so excited.
Yeah, well, the door is going to be shown to Fnatic now as both of them get knocked up with the Glacial Fissure. Kyling down very low as now Niski gets into the Cataclysm alongside Whippo. He's going to get that work done, but it's a 1-for-1 as Whippo's already been taken down. Maple still with the Undying Rage available. Bean not going to be able to get any further forward. He does, of course, have a lot of long-range abilities. As meanwhile, on the top side, picture-in-picture, there is a lot of work being done by Hanabi. As Adam going to be forced back home yet again. We'll have teleport if he wants to get back, but this is going to be the Drake taken away by PSG.
The scary part about taking fights like this as Fnatic in these skirmishes is that Maple gets to press R second over Niski in every fight, in every scenario. So if you do go too far, if you do go too deep, trying to look for these kills, there's no way out. There is a very easy punish available for PSG as long as...
It was well blocked.
Yeah, I was scared for a second.
Well, now Maple's going to come through. Yeah, exactly right. Once again, extended exchanges. It's another concussive blows to come through to get that stun as now Niski. He's got his Undying Rage as well as Maple. He's going to proc his. That's the killing spree for the Silas. As, yeah, he unfortunately doesn't have the ability to press Q and get all of his health back afterwards, so he's just going to die to minions. That wasn't great from Maple, and Niski's going to be able to walk his way out.
He pressed R first.
I guess
too many minutes.
I think the R's lead extend, right? And it's not like the PSG side doesn't snowball well. And now Niski able to pick up both his guild force and also has the lethal temper, so he's going to put out an insane amount of damage. Unified.
Yeah, well, they're just going to dive straight underneath this turret before that teleport could even come through. Barrel's going to come up and going to be avoided completely. The Cataclysm comes on in, and Hanabi, unfortunately, this ain't it, my friend. He didn't have his cannon barrage and was just trying to find a kill, but 1v3 ain't gonna do it.
We take those!
I guess so. I mean, look, as Hanabi is probably like, oh, I don't know if there's another ward in this brush. I don't know if I'm seeing, like, should I just back? That's the one way I can get out.
Being able to play as cleanly as he does, very low death, especially considering the fact how Fnatic has been kind of bullied around. These continuous skirmishes, and again, from a player basically going straight from EU Masters, but not like Adam did, where you win EU Masters and then you have like a split of LEC, but just straight to the World's group stage is such a tall ask, and I think that now 2-0 on the Jhin should be able to really exert his presence in these fights, as the second Herald does get picked up. Gonna be looking, as per usual, at the Drake fight that's gonna be set up in a minute 30, because with
Fnatic are so safely here.
And Maple's the one actually looking for the flank, as you can see. Makeshift cannon, and in goes Adam. He's immediately exhausted. The rest of the team, they do need to try and follow up, but it's the flash out from Kyling. Niski looking for the low health targets. He's gonna take down Unified in the backline, and Whippo's going to deal with Maple, who tried to do the same thing, but failed. And Fnatic win a team fight and will now be able to take the Drake.
And what we see there is the immediacy of Fnatic. Even though Adam doesn't actually find anyone specifically with the Slicing Maelstrom, he does even exhaust and split up the fight. And that is all the space that Niski needs. As the guild force is already quite fed, spins on top of that backline, takes a little bit of time. Kawing tries to jump out, is actually able to do so, but then does find the kill on Unified. And now we have gone from a game where
Whatever the heck he wants, and that is not what you want if you're a PSG fan, as River looks to try and get his blue buff. He's not going to get it.
Fnatic are cross-mapping so well. Every time Niski comes up to, when he goes to the sideline, it was bottom before, now the top side. He gets a turret, and the rest of his team goes with him. They're kind of setting up as bodyguards. If anyone tries to rotate in there, you collapse on top of them. And you're doing fine as Adam on the other lane against Hanabi. You're not winning it, you're not crushing it, but you're going to be totally okay, especially when you have teleport up like this. If there is a fight, if they do decide to Fnatic, we talked about it all the way back to when this map started, but I mean, the beginning of the game, get that early Drake control. I know this is a big meme in the LCK whenever I call a game of LCK on map. But having that early Drake control is
That's
nice.
another Cataclysm. Whippo deep underneath 2 turrets. He's going to get taken down, but can Fnatic find anything more? Niski now has to use the Undying Rage. Looks to try and spin his way out, but he's on top of a Cannon Barrage and will be tidied up. Adam with the ultimate, but only onto Maple, who uses the best item in the game and does move himself away. Now 5 alive for PSG, and Fnatic without their jungler or their mid laner, and it could just be a Baron for PSG.
Well, and also one of the most fat members in Niski isn't here.
Well, now the bullet time comes through. Hylissang going to flash out of the way. Is now Maple coming on in for the flank, but not going to get too much with his slicing Maelstrom that he stole away. Hylissang with a 3-man plays pretty good, but he's still dead. Saves, possibly. One of the members of Fnatic tries to stop that engagement.
Well, at the end of the day, they're able to prevent the Baron here. I mean, that's what counts. I mean, sometimes you have to make rough choices. You have to take these awkward fights to prevent that from happening. Could have been
Very unfortunate situation, but there's no one to help him. And he does a lot of damage, but if everyone just kites him and or is too tanky, don't really get a lot done. Do really like Fnatic's attempt that we don't get to see here now, or rather successful attempt at taking the Baron. That's
Going to get flashed on and killed.
hey, I said it earlier, suddenly Tryndamere appears. And your side lane is Hanabi. You die. You can't deal with that at all. You've got no escape. You've got no way to get out of there. And this is a fed Tryndamere who's now got the quick blades, as was mentioned earlier. Very easy to actually just come in there and say, nope, you're not allowed to do this. It's illegal, as Chronicle would call it. And
no, that's K-Roll.
That's K-Roll.
I
you
appreciate
used it. You used it a little bit here in the LCK.
I did, but credit what credit is due.
Sure. I thought that was you. I didn't know.
No.
I mean, he did use it. So actually, you know, it's fine. If Cadra's willing to share, we'll have to ask him. Let us know, Cadra.
We don't have also had some rough early games. RNG comes to mind, and now the trap being set again. We've seen this one before.
There's a lot of PSG members around here, but Niski is still very, very scary. Adam's going to teleport in. There's the slicing Maelstrom. The stand beside me comes on forward. Kaiwing staying alive. The exhaust comes in, and both of them are dead. And PSG, after tidying up both of the solo laners, are thinking about grabbing some more control around this Baron.
This is not what I had in mind when I was talking about the teleport and coming in here from Adam to look for the big ultimate there, because they don't have enough.
PSG have no idea. This is gone.
And they can even contest.
Yeah,
And Drake's not even up.
And they might be able to sacrifice Adam, but to get a Baron for this, you'll take that any day of the week. The flash comes in, there's the dash cannon as well. He stuns them up, Cannon Barrage comes on down, and yes, they managed to take the purple ninja in the bottom lane. However, the purple worm dies in the Baron pit, and now Fnatic just... I don't understand this game, but I love it from Fnatic.
It's beautiful. If your team is sneaking a two-man Baron, you don't have to shove in the bot wave. Like, you can take it a little bit slower. Adam investing a lot and actually getting taken down, but Fnatic,
He was baiting. It's totally fine.
I don't think they knew Atlas.
Well, I mean,
I'm
look,
trying to get on the level and I
this
don't
game.
think I'm there. Yeah, the 40 chess, I'm trying to catch up.
they will get the Drake as well. They're able to get Adam's flash, and we'll see how big this Red Bull Baron power play ends up being here, because you know you've lost your cannon yet again. You still have obviously extremely powerful side laning with this Tryndamere pick, but you're not in a position right now to safely utilize it. So in a lot of ways, you get the Baron, and that comes with a lot of gold. That comes with a little bit of map.
Yellow Ocean, really beautifully done here from Fnatic, but they still have to close out this game. It's no, there's 1.4k. I'm saying close out the game. They have to utilize the Baron to get themselves a lead that is going to be able to allow them to win, as the cute little shot onto the turret and then Lantern Ride to safety for Bean.
Because there's been a lot of gangplanks that have gone for, you know, these builds that they're kind of beefy. Divine Song, the respect. Not Hanabi. He
Want to use the Undying Rage second, so it's very difficult to end the game with a Baron like that. To even get inhibitor turret damage with a Baron like that, we've already lost your cannon. You didn't have map control.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's actually really interesting because both teams, if left alone with turrets, like this game will just be over because they tear through them. I mean, you look at Hanabi, you've spoken about his items already. Like, he gets some free time with the turret. Those things just die, right? So
it's gone.
Already, like, at 32 minutes into this game, this could end extremely quickly after an ace team fight. As Bean finds a deadly flourish. No Q from River.
Adam's got flash.
Again. These are magnetized.
There it is.
As there he goes. Adam finds the stuns. The slicing Maelstrom is just beautiful as Bwipo puts them into the Cataclysm as well. It's a good kick from River, and they haven't quite got the kills. It's a double from Hanabi. Remember the amount of damage these barrels raining through as Bwipo's still got a smite, I guess. Looking to see whether they can steal this one away. He gets on in. Not going to be secured. It's Hanabi that takes down the Dragon of all people. And Fnatic is running away. Niski as well.
This is where it gets scary. I mean, you talked about that pushing power with these two teams. The burst damage is there. And unfortunately for Fnatic, even though they have great engage, they've got Niski, they can't finish off those targets. The other side has a Sylas. They have a Braum. They can live through that initial burst and then actually win that longer fight with those barrels and the gangplank damage coming through.
And while I love the angle that Fnatic tried to go for, you also saw how ready PSG were, right? Like, they knew that Adam was waiting there, and they were so ready. Like, we're going to get a replay of that fight, I'm sure, and in that, you should see how immediate the response from everyone on PSG is, and then the rest of Fnatic can't really get quite as deep immediately. Also, a insane...
There's multiple damage dealers
insane.
for PSG, and there's really only one here outside of the initial engage and the cannon going through who's always going to be burst down, always going to be exhausted on the side of Fnatic. I mean, it's really hard to win these longer engages because of that, these longer fights, rather, I should say. And I mean, the whole map has opened up now for PSG. They've got the Baron, they've got extreme pushing power, and this might just be Fnatic on their last legs.
Yeah, it's crazy because Fnatic did have so much control. There is still only 1 point, and Fnatic are able to tidy up these minion waves and try and stop PSG from pushing. But Maple on the bottom side, unanswered for now.
Yeah, if unanswered for even a few seconds, these structures just disappear.
Yeah, Hanabi in that mid lane. He just needs one auto, decides he doesn't want to. It's not even worth his time, Wolf. As the inner turret does fall. And now it is going to be just the Fnatic jungle that will be eradicated of everything. Now Niski going to push back towards that bottom side of the map. Close
soon as well, so he has to be dealt with, but it's very bursty. Whereas Hanabi basically has enough DPS to just win against everyone on Fnatic. If you can't find a gangplank, it's not enough, but
go to
great
Maple. Hook. As Maple is going to put down the Undying Rage. Gets himself out of the way, but that means that ultimate unavailable for the next little while.
That's big.
You've got to be so careful about these types of exchanges here as Maple. You don't want to be throwing that away. That Hydra Jack is so massive, you can't use that ultimate anymore. That's one of the best ways for Sylas to buy enough time for those.
In terms of structures, in terms of kills, has still made this upcoming fight a lot easier for themselves. And if they can win here, the game is still very much within their grasp.
They've got to kill somebody early in this fight. It needs to be either Unified or Hanabi, or both, ideally.
Oh, this could be the pickoff, though.
That's
Adam just destroys the Sylas. His ultimate was better as the hook is going to connect from Hylissang as well, but he does take a lot of damage there as Unified throws down a defensive bullet time, but this will be the Ocean Soul for Fnatic, and Adam, the young gentleman of the top lane, just obliterating one of the oldest veterans of League of Legends in its entirety in Maple.
We talked about that tool being down, is able to steal that ultimate away, but can't straight up side 1v1 before the fight actually happens. We don't even get to discuss how the longer fight goes.
Check. Hook is easy there from Hylissang as well, and Kaiwing has to do this. He has to try and get some vision. As in goes Niski, maybe didn't want to be doing that necessarily, but there is, oh dear, a turret shot in the sky. And the Undying Rage is going to wear off. So, they're going to trade mid laners in the end.
And this is important to remember. Yes, Ocean Soul, very, very good, but we have seen teams lose with it. There is so much damage in the game available right now.
Maple out of the Death Chamber, maybe back in there as he's looking to try and just last for as long as possible. Bean wants this. The flash comes through. There's the curtain call. One of these bullets probably needs to connect, but not really, as the Cataclysm is going to close the gap, and Bean is going to connect it. And now PSG lose their mid laner again.
They push top here. The Baron spawn timer is perfect for this. It's going to be a cross-map rotation over. I mean, there's just enough time here for Fnatic. If they rush right over to have this, they have flash for Adam, so you can flash slicing Maelstrom into this. They need to rush over now, though. Yeah. A little bit slow on the realization.
The Baron's down to 3,000. Okay, so they do have the vision available as Adam ults. And then his team probably tells him to back away. I would assume. That's why he's sort of drive by slicing Maelstroms there.
This is a game of League of Legends that has been very back and forth, okay? There's a lot going on. There's some Maelstrom. Maybe we can turn this so you get desperate, but that tool is not going to be available now for the defense.
Still have half the cooldown available, though. It comes up very, very quickly. We're very deep into the game, but if PSG can push before that is available, the Maelstrom is such a big team fight moment.
inhib is just nursing his barrels right now, waiting for that opportunity, waiting for Fnatic to step too far forward. Does have his cannon barrage. All of the cooldowns that PSG want are up and available.
Maple's about to have his teleport
no,
too.
there it is. That was the pick that they were looking for, and Hylissang unfortunately walks into the trap. This is going to be a free inhibitor. Nisqy had cancelled his back as well. He was trying to continue pushing, but Maple, like you say, was back. PSG, they're not wanting to stop this. It's inhib. These barrels are just so scary.
Teleport coming through from Maple.
See whether PSG can continue to do this. The Nexus turret's taking so much damage.
Slicing Maelstrom's almost up.
Yep, the hijack on the Undying Rage as well as Adam gonna fake this one out, but Bwipo now just gonna flash away. Does have the Cataclysm available. River now looking for his opportunity on Devine. There's the flash forward. Adam doesn't get exhausted. He's going to cut through the Braum, but I think the PSG can still fight with this one. Cannon Barrage now on cooldown, not actually hitting any of the members of Fnatic. As the curtain call comes on in. Not going to get too much joy here as Fnatic should be able to hold on to this one as Adam underneath the relative safety. It does find it on Devine here. Gale forces to get himself out of the way. Cannon Barrage not exactly finding the value that they want as Hylissang going to flash out, gets that hook back in as well. Bwipo decides that he just wants to dive straight on top of PSG. Maple looks for the backline as well. There's the slicing Maelstrom. The CC is beautiful under Maple. He's thrown around like a ragdoll, but he keeps himself alive. 1 versus 4, that was ridiculous, and PSG, they can see that one last Nexus turret, and they're pushing for it.
Tryndamere is so broken that even when the enemy team doesn't have him, they utilize the ultimate there. Maple single-handedly takes down multiple people, and this might be it here.
Yeah,
looks like
Nisqy
it
was
is.
trying to do it.
He was trying so hard, man, but Fnatic, they cross the map, they see an opportunity, they thought they could take the fight to PSG, but they fall flat in the end.
There is so much damage, and this Nexus is not going to stand a chance. It was so heartfelt from Fnatic, but PSG will go up to 2-1 in the group.
One of our